World Bank Country Director for Ethiopia, Eritrea, Sudan and South Sudan, Osman Dayan, traveled to Tigray capital Mekelle this morning, along with Ethiopian State Minister to the Ministry of Finance, Samarita Swasu, to assess institutional capacity in the region. The country director arrived in Mekelle this morning with a team of delegation from the World Bank and the Ministry of Finance. The team of delegation discussed with Tigray Interim Administration Cabinet on alternatives to support the efforts in bringing Tigray back to normalcy. The session opened by Tigray Interim Administration President Getachew Reda, who says the resumption of social services such as health and education and the returning of IDPs are the key priorities of his administration.
For us to be able to undertake long-term and strategic reconstruction efforts, we have to make sure that there are certain priority areas that needed to be taken care of. The resumption of social services such as health and education, the return of internally displaced people, which is in there hundreds of thousands. Of course, support of agricultural activities so that people who would otherwise have been in a position to feed themselves would at least be engaged in productive economic activities are areas which we consider to be of utmost priorities, at least for the coming few months. Unless we are able to address these issues head on, I don't think we'll be in a position to undertake other more strategic and more longer-term reconstruction and rehabilitation efforts.
World Bank has 24 projects on track in Tigray before the outbreak of the war on 21st of November 2020. The team of delegation is in Mekelle to evaluate institutional capacity in Tigray to resume its operations. Country Director Osman Dayan says World Bank needs to resume operations as soon as possible with the help of third party and stress on the need to work on reconstruction and rehabilitation.
I think what is important currently now is let us get back to what is important, which is how we can work from this situation of crisis this country has gone into a post-crisis reconstruction, rehabilitation, and to help people to go through a much better conditions. And the damage need assessment, which we have just presented, reflect how much work needs to be done.
The State Minister to the Ministry of Finance, Samarita Swasu, on her part expressed the readiness on part of the federal government and the demand for additional resource mobilization commensurate to the damage on the ground.
So we're here as federal government ready to support in any way that we can, work with the World Bank to ensure that the right, and we do it with the understanding that this region requires a different approach because of what it has been going through.